Good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Schultz. I'm the secretary for the Akron section. I'm also, as this is a joint meeting with the SPE and the ACESS group tonight, as we try to do every year, I'm also the president-elect for the Akron section of Engineering and Scientific Societies for next year. It's my great pleasure to be able to introduce Ian Schwarber. Ian has worked with Jeff in the last number of years and has been my contact at this point. And I wanted to give you a little bit of background on Ian. Ian is an Akron-based business consultant with a primary focus on clients headquartered in Northeast Ohio. Additionally, Ian has recently worked as a strategist with clients in New York, Massachusetts, Washington, as well as international. Ian co-founded the EXL Center for the Entrepreneurship and Civic Engagement at the University of Akron in Akron, Ohio, with Jeff Hoffman. They envisioned this innovative startup within a school as an experiential learning center built to empower students with hands-on opportunities to build networks, solve problems, and emerge distinctive by making an impact on local community. Ian graduated from University of Akron in 2013 and is involved in areas of graduate studies in the area of applied politics. Ian lives on the west side of Akron with his lovely wife, Mackenzie, and their daughter, Mary Justice. Thank you very much, and I'd like to introduce Ian Schwarber.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much, everyone. That was a very nice introduction by Dave, and I don't feel like that was even partially deserved, so I'll get you back for that, something along the lines of $100 payment. Tonight I want to introduce Jeff in a way, if possible, that the million other people that have introduced him a million other times, including me, about 30, 35 of those, have not done. And I'm going to do that in a sense that I'm not going to talk about what Jeff's done, because I could do that by mentioning Priceline.com and UBID and Cabin Fever and InSync and all these different things in all these different fields. But what I really want to do is introduce him on the terms of what he and I did together very recently, which was I got to see Jeff in full force in action, working with me both as a leader and a team member. And I think that's kind of a rare quality in people, where someone can serve as your leader almost always, but then in some points actually be your equal, your team member, and sometimes even look up to you because you might have a skill set that they may actually not have, which is a really humbling and awesome experience all at once. Jeff and I, came up with the Experiential Learning Center. We experienced things along the way that allowed us to build it. We kind of lived it. We really didn't have a blueprint, Jeff. We got a charge, we got a way to do it, and then we decided to go after it and build it the best way we saw fit. And in so doing, I got to see Jeff as a leader, as a mentor, and as a best friend. And I saw him actually deal with a lot of adversity. A lot of things got promised to Jeff as a leader, and they never got delivered, and he didn't give up on the process. He said, Ian, we got to find another way, and he found ways for me to go do that. I think in an introductory sense, Jeff is a guy that is adaptable. That's something that I think most people, especially after you've achieved a high level of success, don't remain. I think Jeff has actually taught me a new way to be a mentor, a new style of mentorship, which is instead of telling people what to do, they say, how are we going to do this? I found that incredibly impressive as Jeff taught me that over the course of a year and a half, 2 years. And in the end, what I learned about Jeff in terms of being a gentleman that I have the pleasure of introducing is that his mentorship and his leadership always came back to what is the truth and how do we serve the truth. And sometimes the truth is very definitely on your side, and sometimes it isn't. And at the end of our saga, but just this one saga, the truth ended up not being on our side, and we dealt with that accordingly. And so here we are today with the opportunity to speak to this group that has an enormous amount of accomplishment within it. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know all of you, but the 7 or 8 of you that I have met and that I do know, This is a wildly impressive group. And so I'm very honored that Jeff Hoffman can come speak to you tonight and tell you a little more about how he has been successful, what he's seen in terms of success, and how this group probably relates to that success a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. I think we look at ourselves on the map here in Akron and think, you know, they're doing that in New York, they're doing that in Boston, they're doing that in Silicon Valley. I think we're doing a lot right here in Akron, Ohio. And I think that's why Jeff Hoffman decided to spend a lot of time here. So without further ado, I have the unique honor and the distinct privilege that I'll never, ever, ever truly be able to deserve. To say, Jeff, come on up here and take the stage.
I'm not gonna use the podium. You can hear me okay, right? I don't like podiums or stages, actually. Well, first of all, as Ian said, Northeast Ohio is my backyard too, so it's really fun to be here with you guys tonight talking about these things here. I've been on the road a lot. In November, I gave talks in 7 different countries, and I'm on the way here. This is coming here. We're doing an inner city jobs program that I'm doing with a couple of retired football players. I'm doing this with Jim Brown and with Ray Lewis.